The Buddha once said, "All things in the world are impermanent. They arise, cease, and change." Looking down upon the ruins of Kapilavastu, though its former glory has long faded, and all that remains are mounds of earth and crumbling stone walls ravaged by war, the vast scale of the site still leaves no doubt that a great city once stood there. Kapilavastu is located near the southern foothills of the Himalayas. It was the capital of the ancient Shakya clan and the homeland of the Buddha. The site lies in what is now the border region between southern Nepal and northern India. Half of the ruins are in Nepal and the other half in India. The main archaeological sites are located at Tailorakot in Nepal and Pripaha in northern India. Traces of the Buddha's life can still be found throughout the region. Let us journey through Kapilavastu together and, step by step, bear witness to the footsteps of the Buddha. As we approach Kapilavastu, we remember that more than 2,500 years ago, it was once an important early center for the spread and practice of Buddhism. Yet in the end, amid the flames of war, it was brutally destroyed at the hands of Prince Virudaka of Kosala. Afterward, the kingdom of Kosala came under the rule of the Koliya clan, to which Queen Maya also belonged. Prince Virudaka was born from a marriage between the Koliya clan and the daughter of a maidservant sent by the Shakya clan. It is said that King Virudaka later launched an attack on the Kapilavastu to avenge the humiliation of his mother's clan. The intricate cycle of life, the arising and passing away of all things, the formation, existence, decline, and dissolution, as well as birth, aging, sickness, and death. These are all the causes and conditions spoken of by the Buddha. How does the world we see today differ from the one seen by the Buddha? Out of deep affection for his beloved son, King Siddhartha built 3 splendid palaces for Prince Siddhartha, one each for spring, summer, and winter, allowing him to live a life of comfort and ease. The lotus pond before us marks the site of the summer palace from more than 2,500 years ago. In ancient Indian culture and religion, the lotus holds a very important place. Rising from the mud yet remaining unstained, the lotus became a symbol in Buddhism of the pure and undefiled mind of the practitioner. While in deep meditation, the Buddha reflected on the different stages of growth of the lotus flowers in the pond, and came to realize that human life is no different from the lotus itself. From this realization, the Buddha taught the path to liberation he had attained, using various methods to guide people according to their capacities. Arriving at the summer palace ruins of Kapilavastu, let us look back together upon the childhood stories of the Buddha. 7 days after giving birth to the prince, Queen Maya passed away, heartbroken by the loss of his beloved wife. King Saddhartha named the newborn prince Siddhartha, expressing the wish that all things might be realized and fulfilled. The child was later raised by his aunt Mahaprajapati Gautami. Following tradition, King Saddhartha invited Asita, the hermit sage who had long practiced in the snowy mountains, to foretell the prince's future. Asita prophesied that the prince would one day renounce the world, devote himself to spiritual cultivation, and attain supreme perfect enlightenment. The hermit wept with sorrow as well, knowing that he himself would not live long enough to hear the sacred teachings after the prince attained Buddhahood. From an early age, Prince Siddhartha studied both scholarship and martial arts, excelling in all forms of worthy knowledge and skill. Among the princes of the Shakya clan, he easily outshone the others in competition. Not far from the Lotus Pond stand the ruins of the Pipraha Stupa. The Pipraha Stupa ruins have been identified as the site where the Buddha's relics were once enshrined, following his parinirvana and cremation. The site holds immense historical and religious significance, and is also an important destination for Buddhist pilgrims. Though the relics were later transferred to the National Museum in Delhi, one can still feel here the sublime and enduring presence of the Buddha's Dharma body and the enduring power of the Dharma. Not all of these stone-walled structures are ruins. Some are simply the remains of old monasteries and dwellings. Only broken walls and ruined foundations remain of the once magnificent imperial palace, bearing silent witness to its former glory. As Siddhartha grew older, his thoughts and reflections, shaped by what he saw and heard, led him to deeply realize the impermanence of the world. On one occasion, while traveling outside the city with his charioteer, he saw a frail old man at the east gate and a dying man at the south gate. At the west gate, he saw a funeral procession carrying a corpse. Siddhartha, who had never before witnessed the suffering of human life, was deeply shaken, just as he was struggling with the fear and sorrow brought about by what he had seen. He encountered at the north gate a serene and dignified ascetic, free from worldly cares. Thus, the aspiration to renounce worldly life and pursue spiritual practice arose within him, and he resolved to seek the path to liberation. King Saddhartha, fearing that Siddhartha would one day fulfill the prophecy and renounce worldly life, chose Yasdhara, princess of the Kolya clan from Devadaha, to be his wife. He believed that once Siddhartha married and had children, he would no longer think of renouncing worldly life. In the past, archaeologists relied on the records of Fashan and Xuanzang to determine the location of Kapilavastu. These records later became key reference for scholars seeking to verify and pinpoint the city's exact location. In 1982, a 5-meter wide city gate was unearthed, flanked on either side by the ruined walls of the former royal palace. It was speculated that when Prince Siddhartha, at the age of 29, renounced his royal life in search of the path, he departed by way of this very gate. Although this can no longer be historically verified today, it leaves us with endless room for imagination. Siddhartha decided to leave his hometown. Out in wilderness, he shed his fine garments, took up a sword, and shaved his own head and beard. Across the vast, boundless Ganges basin, he headed toward the kingdom of Magadha, beginning a wandering life as a mendicant and choosing the solitary path of asceticism. Many years after attaining enlightenment, the Buddha returned to his hometown of Kapilavastu on several occasions, and inspired many people there to renounce worldly life and enter the monastic path. This was a significant event in the history of Buddhism, not only a reunion between the Buddha and his family, but a crucial step in spreading the Dharma to enlightened sentient beings and laying the foundation of the monastic community. Reflecting upon the unfolding of the Buddha's life, his birth, growth, marriage, renunciation, and enlightenment, we not only feel the solemn history that stretches across the ages, but also recall the Buddha's barefoot footsteps and the path he steadfastly followed toward enlightenment.